welcome to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
And, yeah. So we had some big news today.
Yeah, big news.
Well, not today. But
Well,
this week.
This week.
You know, the day after our last podcast went up.
Well, today. Yeah, day after.
Right after. We are now on iTunes.
Yeah,
Yay!
iTunes. Yay! We're on iTunes, and we are also on Google Play.
Yeah. So
well, that's what they say. I can confirm iTunes.
Yeah.
I have the app for that.
Yeah.
Google Play, I've heard from. I can see it in the browser.
Yeah.
In browser, but I haven't been able to do it on the app.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of I have an iPhone, so apparently it doesn't show the podcast on the
there's something weird going. But
Google Play. But other people have told me it's on there, so that's your thing.
We have it on good faith that we are on Google Play, but we are definitely for certain on iTunes. You can subscribe to us there.
Yeah,
which is
I
great.
also found out I had an app for podcasts that I would use stuff on it, and we're on there too.
Yeah.
I think it was the Podbay app,
okay.
So it shows up on there too. So
cool.
I assume we're easily accessible on a lot of the apps now since we're on iTunes.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. That's great. It's really nice to be able to just tell people, hey, go to iTunes. You can find us there.
Yeah, just search Deaf and Dumb,
because
we're on there.
Yeah.
So you can subscribe, and you'll pop up on your playlist every time a new episode comes out.
Yeah. Did you have a good week?
Yeah. Got a lot of Dark Souls in.
Yeah. I literally just arrived from taking a trip to Dallas.
Yes.
To hang out with our buddy Josh.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of tired.
Yeah. Yeah, you literally just came in. We're trying to get this in.
I came in. We were rushing, getting our notes together so we could sit down and do this and get done so we can go watch some Game of Thrones.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. So have I. Not as much as I want. I maybe have. I might have not quite 20 hours.
I'm at 22 hours.
I might have. I'm wanting to say 15 hours.
Yeah. I'm at 22 hours. I looked at it right before we did this and wrote it down. So I'm at 22 hours. And I just beat one of the Lords of Sinners.
Oh, yeah?
The first one, I guess you come to.
Okay.
I beat that. So that was cool.
Do you feel it like an accomplishment?
Yeah.
There's 5 of them, right?
I think, there's 5.
So you're a fifth of the way through the game.
I guess, yeah. I don't know how spaced they are, but I was actually kind of lost for a little bit because I wasn't sure where to go next. And then I finally, I spent an hour wandering around everywhere I've been, and I could not figure it out. And then I ended up
I got through an area I was in, which I know I haven't fully explored. I know there were several things that I could have gone through, and there's just some spots that are scary. And I got to a chapel type thing.
Okay,
that's where I am.
Yeah, the chapel. Yeah.
But it's been slow, but I'm just enjoying it. I'm savoring it.
Oh, it's good. It's really good.
It's good.
It's great. Interesting news about Dark Souls 3. I was reading this week. Okay, so in the game, and this is in Dark Souls 1 and 2, there's a stat called Poise.
Yeah.
You're familiar with it?
Yeah,
what it
does? It has to do with your
staggering.
Yeah, staggering.
So
stuff.
basically, the way Poise works is the higher your Poise, it's based on your armor and certain stats. But it basically, if you get hit or something while you're attacking, whether you get stunned or staggered or something like that.
It has to do with how well you're poised.
Yeah, how well you're poised. And it worked in Dark Souls 1 and in Dark Souls 2. Not actually doing anything in Dark Souls 3 right now.
Really?
The stat is in the game, but it does nothing right now. I was reading an article about it this week. Apparently it doesn't do anything. And there's actually people have gone into the code apparently and found that there is a option to turn it on or off. But it's not in the game. It's not actually doing anything. It's apparently working with the creatures in the game. Their poise stat still works, but yours does not.
That's weird.
So you will be staggered regardless if you're going to get staggered. Apparently. I don't know what's going on with that.
I assume software hadn't said anything about it yet.
As far as I know, they haven't.
Well, that's weird.
It's kind of weird. Which is also weird because there are items that are, there's a ring that specifically adds to your poise.
Yeah, so it doesn't do anything.
It is useless right now. Which is kind of disappointing.
I wonder if that's an update bug, like somehow got turned off and they just haven't fixed it yet?
Yeah, if it was just something that was turned off for testing purposes, maybe it just hadn't been turned back on.
Yeah, with an update or something.
That's
weird.
It's really weird and kind of interesting. So there, right now, if you're worried about your Poise, don't be, because it doesn't matter.
It's not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
The Poise don't matter.
The Poise don't matter.
I played yesterday with Josh and another friend, Chris. Mm-hmm. We played Dominant Species, the board game.
He's tried to get us to play this once before, but we'd all been drinking.
Yeah,
and
so
it didn't go well at all.
Yeah, we'd all been drinking, and it's a complicated game to learn.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated, but it's a lot of information because it's a worker placement game.
Yeah.
And with all worker placement game, especially one like this, where there's lots of different things you can do, lots of actions you can do, and you can do a lot of them every round. You got to understand what each thing does, so it takes time to go through it all.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you understand because those actions, there are 3 actions in there that give you victory points.
Okay.
And there are things that you do that give you victory points, and you can't really just say this is the simple of it is you get victory points to win.
Yeah, well, that's any game.
And you're wondering, well, how do you get victory points? Well, let me explain everything else first. So it's a hard game to learn. It's a hard game to kind of gather and remember, but once you get it, it's a lot of fun. It's a really brutal game. Yeah. It kind of gave me like that diplomacy vibe. And Josh was talking about how he was glad he was playing this with 2 of his best friends because he's heard that this game can make people hate each other.
Really?
Because it is a lot of. Let me back up a little bit. The game is Dominant Species, and it's during the Ice Age, and you're all playing a different species. I played the amphibians. Josh was the reptiles, and Chris was the bugs.
Okay.
Insects. Because there's insects and arachnids. He was the insects.
Yeah, arachnids are spiders.
Yeah.
For educational purposes, our audience, we want to teach as well as inform.
Yeah, okay. So informing the same thing as teaching, though?
No, it's not.
Okay,
there's
whatever.
a difference.
Well, anyway,
it's a fine line.
So basically, the Ice Age is coming, and your tundra is growing outward, and the land is freezing, and you're all trying to survive.
Yeah.
And you're speciating, you're growing your population, and trying to find food sources, and adapting so you eat other sources of food to help yourself grow. And basically, you want to grow and be dominant. And beat out the other. But you're also doing stuff like placing tundra tiles, trying to just wipe out the other species, and doing stuff to cripple them or get rid of their food source, or and it's a really good game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of you have to be a dick to each other.
Yeah,
and it was a good game because Chris was the bugs, and he was winning. He was leading in points for the whole first half of the game, and I was kind of at second. I was trailing behind him a few points, and then Josh was behind me. And halfway through the game, Josh was able to get a card that allowed him to basically activate a volcano on one of the tiles, and it just wipes everything out, and it kills it. So he. Being bugs is easier for him to repopulate and grow.
Yeah,
so he was covering the board, and so he was becoming an overpopulation problem, and so he hit him with the volcano. And there's different things. There's an elimination where there's things where you can lose your little cubes that represent how many little individual species you have. There's most of the things that attack you. Take it from the game back into the box. You don't get them back.
Oh, okay.
Like some stuff, like when you get hit with the tundra, you get them back into your gene pool, and you can reuse them.
Repopulate.
Well, it took out most of his species, a huge chunk of them. So he was crippled pretty badly. He basically had no gene pool. He couldn't repopulate, and so halfway through the game, that happens, and he was like, "I'm done. This is like that. That wiped me out." So it became a duel between me and Josh. Well, I quickly past Chris, jumped way in the lead in points, and I was just dominating everywhere because I'm as amphibian. My main source for food was the water icon or whatever that represents, and I had water resources everywhere, so I was just dominating everywhere because it had more to do with domination has less to do with how many individual species you have, has more to do with you being in a tile and how many resources you get for each resource on the board.
Yeah,
and I had like 4 or 5 water tokens on my character thing on my species card, which allows me for every one of those I get 5 points, and that means I dominate everywhere because I always have food to repopulate to grow.
Because it's not like you're trying to keep a certain group of
it's just like we have the
species
resources.
You're just
to stay
like,
alive.
I'm becoming stronger because there's so many resources.
Yeah, and there are some things that just by having more species on the table, you get a benefit. But for domination, which allows you to score,
points.
Not points. Well, you do score points, but that has to do with how many species you have. But you get, when you're the dominant in that tile, when you score it, you can draw a card, and those cards are big deals. That's where that volcano came from. Well, we thought, oh, he's done. I jumped rocket ahead. Well, then Josh switches gears because eventually you start getting most of the boards covered in tundra, and you start kind of moving back into the tundra because you don't get a lot of points from scoring tundra. You get 1 point, which is nothing compared to the sea. You get 9 points, and but if whoever has the most species on the tundra gets a card at the end of each round, which give them points by how many tundras they're occupying. Well, then eventually there's a lot of tundra, and that becomes a lot of points really quickly. So he was hitting that hard and was catching up really quickly. Mm-hmm. And so I was throwing everything I had, fighting him, trying to get him done, keep him from, get him under control. Well, we get to the end of the game, and we haven't been paying attention to Chris. We thought
he'd come back.
He just started laying more tiles, and I didn't realize every single tile he was drawing nothing but ocean tiles, sea tiles, which are 9 points when you score them. And he was the only one occupying them, so we weren't getting points off of it.
Oh, so he was catching up.
He laid like 4 or 5 of them, and he occupied them. And at the end of the game, everyone scores every tile that they're on.
Okay.
Which means he got 40, 50 points just for being on ocean tiles. That he was the only one who got points for.
So he came back
because we were ignoring him. We thought, oh, he's done. He's not going to get it. He's going to get some points over there. But no, it came back, and he ended up beating us. It was still really close. It was with like a 10-point span. Yeah. But it was a good game.
So he won because y'all paid no attention to him.
We thought he was done, and we knew what he was doing, but we didn't realize how we were so focused on what we were doing. We didn't realize how many of them he had laid.
Yeah.
Because the odds were the fact that he kept drawing sea tiles was a big deal. Like
not common.
I don't think they were shuffled well or something, but also the way stuff shook down, the water resources wasn't getting removed as much.
So the lesson seems to be the underdog always wins.
No, not necessarily. Well, because if that were true, Josh was the underdog for the whole game.
Okay,
he came back. He was. I thought he was.
The story is always better when the underdog was great and he gets kicked down and he comes back.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Rocky Tail, right?
Yeah. So he was great. He got kicked down. He came back.
He did.
So he won.
So yeah, Chris won.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much time passed while we were playing.
How long did
we
it take?
played for 5.5 hours.
5 hours?
I think it was 5 hours.
Good Lord.
We started.
That's a long time.
I'm not sure what time we started because I got there. We went and had lunch, and it was around 2. Chris came over. We were all sitting up, and we were trying to decide what we were going to play. And then we were setting up, and then Josh had to go over the rules real quick and then tell us how to play. Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what time we started, but it was like 8 pushing. We didn't eat dinner till like 9.
Good Lord. Yeah, could you text me if you were going to eat dinner?
Yeah.
Which you said you got a calamari
fried calamari tacos.
How were they?
They were pretty good. They had this kind of weird ranch sauce on it. They were pretty good. It was different.
Right. It sounded good. Yeah. But anyway, dominant species seemed interesting.
You would like it a lot.
I thought I would, but when we were Josh tried to get us to play years ago.
It's a hard game to teach
and
people.
He was trying to teach it, and no offense, Josh, but sometimes you're not the best showing us how to play a game. Because for me, to learn to play a game, I want to know how to win. Yeah. And like you were saying, it's not a straightforward thing in this game.
That game is, in order to understand how you get points, obviously you get victor points, you win.
Yeah.
But in order to understand how you get them, you have to understand everything else first. And there's a lot of everything.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing, a whole like third of the board is just the worker placement space, and it's all laid out a certain way. And it's really cool, and I really like it. I'd like to play it again. I don't know when I'll have time.
I mean, especially if it takes 5 hours.
And that was the short one.
That's a short one?
Yeah, because
it took 5 hours?
It was we only had 3 players, and it plays up to 6, I think. And so we only had 3 players and only 3 species. And we, to have a short game, I'm using air quotes here.
Yeah.
To have a short game, you can remove 4 cards, so it takes longer to get to the Ice Age card, which ends the game. And
I mean, you mean speeds up getting to the...
Yeah, it speeds up how fast you get to that card. Well, we took 4 out, and I'm like, hey, I don't think it was enough. It was a long game. But like I said, I was enjoying myself. I didn't realize how late it was.
Yeah.
And when we were like wrapping up and we were all kind of getting tired, I was like, oh... And I was surprised because usually I start getting hungry or something, and I was like, "How long
were getting subsistence from the game?"
Yeah, I was getting sustenance from the game.
Well,
but
that's cool.
It's a good game.
Well, we'll have to try to get another game of that in, and I could play it. And,
it is fun. We also played Moniker.
Moniker, okay.
Yeah, it's a party game.
Yeah.
And we played this with Chris and his girlfriend and Josh's girlfriend and me. But what it is you have the whole game is just a bunch of cards, and all the cards have like, pop culture references, famous people, most of it's like pop culture references, like shirtless Vladimir Putin and stuff like that. And what you do is you deal out so many cards you get so many cards based on per how many people are playing. Yeah. And then you deal out cards, and then everyone picks so many of those cards to peep in the game. They look at all the cards. They kind of need to look at them, know them. So everyone's seen all the cards, and then that goes in to build the deck for the game, for the rest of the game. Okay. And what happens is each person takes turns, and usually you can break into teams. But since we were at an odd number, what we did was, if my teammates were the people to my left and right. Okay. So everyone has the 2 teammates that it just moves around with them. Okay. And the way it works is that so I'm scoring for myself, but they're trying to guess.
They're trying to help you.
They're my guessers, and I'm just scoring for myself. But anyway, what you do is that it has minimally 3 rounds. First round is you just look at the card and you say, without saying the name that's on the card, get them to guess it. Okay. Just say whatever you want, make any sound, do whatever you want to do. And then, and everyone goes around, takes turns. So eventually, by the time you get around, you've gone through most, and you're on 60 seconds. How many cards can you get through and get them to guess right? And it goes around, and once everything goes, you've pretty much gone through all the cards. Yeah. Then you do round 2. You're only allowed to use 1 word.
Okay.
But everyone's seen the card. Everyone's
so
seen the card. You gotta pay. It's kind of a memory game
Yeah.
because everyone's heard the card. So then it turns 1 word. You have to use 1 word, which some of them are hard. Like I got Centaur, and I'm like, how do I say 1 word? And I don't think it was one of those that cards that made it around but didn't get
played. Can it be hyphenated words like cow?
Well, Centaur is a man horse.
I
thought afterward I thought horseman.
Horseman,
which is I think is 1 word.
Yeah, that's 1 word.
But I was just like I had to pass on that one. I didn't know what to do. But it was like just stuff like the human centipede, and actually
you just
one
said
of them,
centipede.
One of them was Prince. Like the first card I pulled up when I was making, he's making my card with Prince, and I was just like too soon. That was my response, and then that became that was the response. Like every time it came around was too
Prince
soon.
Just died this week. Yeah,
and so. Yeah, and then the 3rd round, you're not allowed to use any words. You can make some sound effects, but you have to keep it to a minimum. It's all pantomiming and acting. And it's weird because I did okay the first round. I did all right. I got like 6 or 7 cards in 60 seconds. And then the 1 word one, I did really well. I was like cranking through them because I don't have to sit there and explain things. I'm just throwing 1 word out. Yeah. They have to get it, and I move on. And so I got like 8 or 9 cards on the second round. Then it came to the pantomiming stuff, and I got like 4.
You did terrible?
I did okay.
Oh, well.
I did better than some.
Being deaf guy, you think you'd be good with, giving hand signs.
I don't know. It's very hard. And some of the things are really hard. Tell me, how do you pantomime shirtless Vladimir Putin?
Did they have to say that whole phrase?
Yeah, that's what it
says
on the card.
Or did they just say Vladimir Putin?
Well, shirtless Vladimir Putin.
You take your shirt off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you've done 2 rounds of it. Everyone knows it. You just take your shirt off.
You got to be bold.
You got to be bold. You're going to play to win. You got to take your shirt off.
Well, and we made jokes about taking it more steps. In fact, it has optional rules. One of them is you get behind a couch or something, and you do it all with your hands.
Oh, God.
You can do nothing but your hands. And then the next round is nothing but your head sticking out from behind the couch, making facial expression.
Oh, God.
And then there was another one, I think, it had something to do with being under a sheet. It sounded weird. like not covering yourself in the sheet and then trying to get it. I don't know. I don't know what I didn't understand. We didn't do the optional round. We were all kind of like, okay, we all feel really silly. It's fun. It's good to play with people you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And
it could be a good icebreaker game.
It's a good icebreaker game. It's a good party game.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
What's it called again?
Moniker.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. I haven't played any board games this week.
Yeah.
I would like to. We've gotten all those free ones.
Yeah.
That we would like to play. And I thought you would play
one
of them.
I took
Dice
we
Duels.
got Space Cadet Dice Duel. And I took it with us, but we just didn't have time to play it, and we never did. I know you were all like,
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm kind of glad because I wanted to play it. I didn't really want you to take it, but that's fine. I did play. I've been playing Fall in London on my phone, and it's funny because last week we talked about it, and I was talking about the one thing I wanted, and it's really annoying with the load time.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to put a sync button. The day this podcast went up, and that day they updated it.
They updated
and they added a sync button.
Yeah.
So I'd
literally
like to
the day the podcast where you were griping about it went out, you got exactly
so I'd like
what you
to
wanted.
think that they heard my cries through the air and the internet.
It seems to me like a really obvious flaw. That
I'm sure a lot. It was something they added. A lot of people were complaining about, but they added it that day, so it's been great.
Yeah,
so I've been playing it way more now.
I loaded up the app.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while because I kept. Every time I thought about it, is because I was with you and we were out somewhere playing it. Well, it's a big game, and
it's a really big game.
And it requires you to be connected to Wi-Fi to download it.
If it's bigger than 100 megabytes, it requires you to be on the Wi-Fi.
Well, I was never home when I would think about it, so it took me a few days before I finally was home. I was like, oh, I need to do this, and I downloaded it. And I played it a little bit. I haven't been as religious about it. I was getting back into it and remembering where I was and trying to do stuff. But I do like it.
I went to prison. I can't remember if I was in prison last week when I don't know. About it. I don't think, but I'm in prison. I was in prison. I got out. Now I'm working on becoming a master thief.
Yeah,
and
nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. It's fun pastime.
I'm hunting a monster.
Yeah,
I'm on a big. It's called the Vake. I think it's pronounced Vake.
Okay.
It's spelled VAKE, which makes Vake.
Okay.
But, I'm hunting it. And it's a big quest. It's like my legendary.
What
do you call it? It's there's a term for it. I think it's like ambition. It's an ambition.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's my ambition to bag a legend. That's what it is.
Okay.
And so I spent a lot of like in-game like currency or in echoes, and like gathering resources to trade for things, and now I'm just working on. I need one stat to be up, not a stat, but one attribute or
the things you
counter thing that
you get.
There's a lot of counters in the game.
Yeah,
I need one of them to be at a 4. And it was at a 3. Well, see, every time I did the event to get it there, which I have to draw. It's not just an event I can go to. I have to draw one of the random event cards until I get it. And I got it up to 3, and then I would, I thought, I'll just do it one more time, because all the other ones got me up there pretty quick. Well, I was like, I'll just do it one more time, and I'll be at 4. No, It got me halfway, and I'm like, okay, well, one more time. And it got me to 3/4 away. So I need one more, and I swear if it's not enough, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, see, that's one thing. This game has a lot of, you need this specific thing to do the mission, so you have to kind of grind a little bit.
But it's got so many layers.
It's so fast to play, because it takes an hour to get the full action maxed, or whatever, you get 20 actions, or whatever, and I'll run through them, maybe 10 minutes, and I didn't, I'll go on about my day, and it's just something I just play casually, and I like it.
I like it, especially now it's on an app. I want to play it more.
It's much easier to play than in browser.
Yeah.
I did try. I did download and install Sunless Sea.
Yeah. Did you
and
like it?
I didn't play it very much. I started it, and I went out in my boat for the first time.
It's
and
scary.
That's it. That's all I did. I killed one monster, and then I went to port.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of figuring it out, because I keep thinking about it in terms of Fallen London, where it's all just tech stuff, and I'm like looking through the story stuff, and I'm like, oh wait, I can go out on a boat.
Yeah.
So I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't done
there's
a
that
lot.
stuff. You go to London and you can do that stuff, but then you're like, I need to go out and then meet people and trade stuff, and you know, and it has that kind of taking cargo on and taking resources with you and going places.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I can get into it because I'm so invested in Fallen London.
Yeah, and it's like the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
If I
think you can link them. I think
you
can do something where you can like. I don't know if you play the same character or you can. There's a cross thing. I don't know how it works.
If you could link it, then I might.
Yeah, you
be
can.
able to get into
you can link your accounts together, or you can play the same character. I don't know, but you can link them.
I'll look into that.
I don't know how it changes things.
Okay, I'll look into that because I started a new character in Sunless Sea. And I was just like, okay, this is really similar.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like I feel like I'm playing two characters in the same game.
Yeah.
That are slightly different.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I want to do that right now.
I can understand that.
But yeah, Fallen London's good.
Yeah, it's a
good game. Yeah. Any other games you've been playing this week?
No, just Dark Souls.
Souls.
If it wasn't for Game of Thrones, I would be going straight to Dark Souls right now.
Yeah.
And but I will be playing it. I will be playing it for a while.
Definitely.
It's got so much depth.
Yeah,
and there's so much stuff.
I've actually missed some things. I've already, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but you told me about a cage thing. Well, I went back and tried to do it, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
and I looked it up, and I can't do it now.
You can't. You have to do it before you fight the first. You have to do it before you fight the tree.
Yeah, and
boss.
I've already done that, so I couldn't do it.
See, I didn't know that until after I beat that boss, and then I was like, oh, I'm back here.
Well, you can't. Yeah, there's certain stipulations to it, and you can't do it, and so I couldn't do it. So I missed out on that.
Yeah,
it
happened.
There's things, and I'll try to catch it on the New Game Plus.
Yeah,
I assume that's in it. It was in all the other ones.
All the other ones had it, so I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah,
great. But you have to get through it first, Dudley.
Yeah. But yeah, good game.
Yeah,
I'll be playing it more this week.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Oops, I bumped my mic a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about news.
Yeah, news.
A lot of news this week.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it. I've been running around a lot.
I actually been keeping notes this week.
So tell me about it. What do you got?
So
real quick. I want to talk about the Dark Souls board game.
Oh yeah.
I
backed.
Yeah. You were annoyed at me for backing.
Yeah. Well, I thought we'd go in on it, but I'm actually less annoyed because I still get to play it. I just don't have to pay for it.
And it's been crazy because it's nonstop.
It's still going.
It's still going. I don't know how many days it has left, but it's still got lots of time.
It's probably like 20 or something.
I think it's still got lots of time, and it's pushing like it was at like 1.7 million pounds, so whatever that is in
it's getting pretty
US
close
money.
to $2 million.
Well, it was over $2 million
in dollars.
Yeah, it was over $2 million already.
Yeah, I don't
know.
When
I started last week, it's way over that now. It's probably pushing 3.
Yeah,
maybe more. And because all the email updates it's in pounds.
Yeah,
because Steamforge is an English company. And I've been getting all the updates for the stretch goals because it's constant. They're constantly meeting stretch goals because so many people are backing it.
Yeah.
And so I just every time I'm getting one, every other one is an add-on that I'm getting just because I bought the game. So I went from like a dozen models to like it's so many models. I'm getting so many models now,
and that's a good thing because originally I thought it was too expensive, but now you're getting so many models.
Getting so
I think
much.
It's worth
it's
it.
Such a steal.
It's definitely worth it. So if you're a fan of miniatures, if you're a fan of Dark Souls, this is, and you want to get all of, because after the Kickstarter ends, you're gonna have to buy all this stuff individually.
Yeah, you have to buy the expansion.
It's all expansion, so you're just gonna get a very small set, probably for about the same cost.
Yeah.
So if you want them all, now is the time to get it.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff there, and of course they're also having add-on stuff that you can buy after the Kickstarter ends.
Yeah.
You can buy extra mini bosses, and it's just like everything you can think of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been, on the one hand, it's just like I'm constantly getting emails for updates, which is I'm like, man, a little overwhelmed by. But then at the same time, I'm just like, they're just giving me more stuff.
Yeah, when that comes in, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a year. But,
yeah, it'll take time.
Yeah, but it's gonna be good.
Speaking of Kickstarters, I kickstarted something yesterday.
I know.
Not game related, but I'm excited about it. It could be game. It could supplement my games. I will say. I backed a 3D printer.
Yes, you did.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, what's it called?
It's called a Trinus.
The Trinus.
It's
yeah.
Trinus.
It ended yesterday, right?
It ended yesterday. I did it like 2 hours before it ended.
Yeah, because you were really on the fence.
I was really on the fence.
Yeah.
It's an all-metal 3D printer, and that's the quality of it. And it's not a big one. It's small. It's just on your desk kind of thing. It'll do 5-inch by 5-inch cube area. So I'm kind of excited about it and thinking of all the things I'm going to do with it.
I'm excited about it because I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I'll charge you.
I know things. I'll just pay for the the
filaments.
The filament.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
I think that's how you say it.
Filaments. I know a few things I would like to make. I know I want to make. I might end up remaking golds and stuff for my Guild Ball stuff and my War Machine stuff.
Yeah,
little
it's
things
perfect for miniature stuff.
Yeah, miniature stuff.
Print
I
it,
use.
paint it, and it'll be just like everything else.
I know I want to make like my own set of tokens for my War Machine stuff. Because one, I don't have one for Cephalix, and then for my I have a gripe with the Minoth, the Protector of the Minoth token set.
The color?
Yeah. Well, all of them are orange.
Yeah.
Except for the focus tokens.
Okay.
Which is like the one thing you use constantly. It's not. I don't know what happened. If you look at all the sets for all the other factions, they're all one solid color all the way through. They're all like, if it's green, they're all the same shade of green. But you look at the Minoth one, and everyone, I've seen them in different stores, everyone looks like this, and all the pictures they look like this. It's an orange, but the focus tokens are like a piss yellow.
Why is that?
I don't know, and it drives me insane. It looks terrible. It gripes me because I keep looking for another one, hoping that I just got a bad. No, they're all that way, and every picture I've seen them are that way, and I kind of want another set of them, like that aren't that way.
Yeah,
and so maybe I'll use your little 3D printer to print myself some.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do it.
And I can actually, I can color it to match my army instead of, because my army's not orange, it's black, red. It's black, red, and gold.
Yeah.
And a little bit.
And
of
that's
purple.
the thing. That's what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
I want to make like inserts for my board games, card holders, stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking I'll do with it, and then whatever else I think of at the time. It should be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
They're really.
When will you get it?
They are very ambitious when I'll get it. They say August, which is like 4 months from. Wait, let's see. We're in May now, so May, April,
we're at the beginning of May.
So if they say 4 months, they're gonna have it. I don't think
I don't believe that either.
I will be shocked if I get this.
Most Kickstarters I've involved, it's always like at least a month or so late.
Yeah,
I haven't think I've seen
longer.
one yet that came in. Well, the wallets we backed, they came in on time.
They came in on time,
but nothing else.
I don't expect it until like the end of the year, maybe early next year. Yeah. But I don't know. They seem to have their stuff together. I mean, most of it's already kind of made because
it's kind of almost a pre-order.
They're
refining it,
and they're just manufacturing, refining it, and then getting.
So maybe.
Stuff in. I did it real late, so I'll probably be at the tail end of it, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it should be exciting.
But yeah, I'm excited, but I think it'll be cool.
Yeah,
I know I could use it. Like I said, you wanted me to. You kind of talked to me about going in with you.
Yeah, I tried to convince you and possibly our dad to kind of go in together on it, and they were like, "Y'all were like, no."
If I hadn't backed the Dark Souls one already, I may have considered it. Yeah. But I couldn't justify giving you the money for it when I didn't have that much of. If I already had like a lot of planned things I could do with it, I have like a handful of things I know I would make with it.
Well,
I don't, and I know I will. As you have it, once you have it as a tool, I will come up. I will go. Oh, I can make that with this. And suddenly, it's another tool. But
I'm always the way I see it is I don't know 100% sure what I'll do with it. I mean, but it's one of the things where like I've been like, if I had just this little thing, it would be perfect. And now I can make it.
Yeah, you can just go and
and you can do it with all kinds of different materials. And then it also comes with a laser engraver.
Yeah,
that's the one I got. I got the one with the laser engraver as well, so I can engrave things, and that's cool. But yeah, I guess I'll keep updated as I, when I'll get it and everything. But
yeah, not really gaming related, but it's still cool.
It's still cool.
Very cool.
Okay, news. Finally,
news. What's happening in the world?
So this week, next week, a couple of games are coming out. Next week, next Tuesday, not the day after this, the May 10th.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 comes out.
Yeah.
And Doom.
Yeah.
The new Doom comes out.
Okay.
So there's some news about that.
So if you need something for Mother's Day,
yes,
those might be
you
great
will
gifts.
be 2 days late, but
it's better late than never.
So Doom, they finally showed some single player footage this week.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it.
I watched a little bit of it.
I saw the cinematic trailer.
Yeah,
which looked pretty intense, but I was just kind of curious what the actual game was.
See, I only played Doom 3. I never played the old ones.
You never played the old ones?
I never played
Not
it.
at all?
I mean, I just played maybe.
Okay.
I didn't play it.
Okay.
So I'm not attached to any themes or whatever it's supposed to be. I mean, this one looks like a lot of stuff from it, but again, I wasn't a fan, so I don't really know.
You're not like
I'm just
a
going off.
fan.
Yeah, the only one I played was Doom 3, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I didn't finish it.
I never finished it.
But
I barely got an hour into it. It scared me too
Just
much.
from what I've seen and my concept of what it looks like, it's more action and less horror.
Yeah.
Which it looks fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's interesting or not to me. There's a lot of action stuff, just leaping around, killing, shooting,
that
and
seemed to be the vibe.
things.
It's a lot of jumping around, leaping down on top of things.
Yeah,
and
well,
lots of
there's this whole
violence
element where you grab things and rip them, rip their heart out and stuff like that. It's like very, finish him move stuff. So it looks fun. I know there's a lot of diehard fans that aren't too excited about it, but I don't know. I probably won't get it right away.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, I mean, because I got Dark Souls.
Yeah, I still got Dark Souls,
and it's so hard. It's when there's so many games coming out, it's so hard. You have to pick and they're $60 games. It's just so hard to pick.
Yeah,
you have to pick and choose. I only have so much time to play, and you only have so much money to spend.
Well, and I just backed this Kickstarter, and they just took that money from me, so I'm even poorer now.
Yeah,
and so I'm just like, I have to really be careful what I spend money on. I wasn't really planning on getting Doom because Uncharted 4 came out, and now hopefully I'll be able to afford to get it. But there's news about it too.
Yeah.
So Uncharted 4 is supposed to come out as well. It was so it was supposed to originally release this last Tuesday.
Yeah, it got bumped.
It got bumped back 2 weeks, mostly to apparently to meet the demand. They were trying to,
the pre-orders were so big that
I think they were trying to make sure they had enough out there.
Yeah,
I think that's the gist I got. But there was a problem. A lot of retail places, apparently over in England, released it early.
Oh, because they didn't get the memo, I guess?
I don't know, because I guess they still had it in their system to release that day.
Oh, yeah,
and so they've sold a few copies. So there are copies of Uncharted 4 out there. And they've already put out warnings, like, there'll probably be spoilers, and there are spoilers. I haven't looked for them, so I haven't,
Yeah.
Which I didn't play the other one, so I'm not that invested in it.
Yeah. So
other than
to spoil.
I mean, other than I like the company. I like Last of Us, is a great game. So that's why I want to play it.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Well, also in other news with Uncharted 4, a shipment of them got stolen.
Stolen?
Yes.
Someone pulled an Uncharted heist.
Well, which is ironic because it's a
game about stealing stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has thief in the title.
Yeah.
So Uncharted 4, it was the quote I read is stolen while in transit.
Someone hit the truck.
So apparently copies were I don't know how many. So those are out there too. So
some black market
Uncharted 4s are out there.
All they need to do is go to England and buy them.
Apparently, it happened in the UK as well.
Oh wow.
So, so be careful if you don't want to be spoiled. Those are out there.
Yeah.
But
I'm not invested at all in it. I mean, they look like cool games. Our buddy Graham talks about them a lot.
I played the multiplayer beta. It was fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. I just, I don't have a PS4.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. I don't know if I'll get a release date, but I'll get it eventually. But yeah, it comes out next Tuesday, so May 10th. So if you're looking forward to that, need something to play on your PlayStation 4, go check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. Other news.
What else you got?
Nintendo. All right.
I know them.
Yeah, Nintendo. We haven't talked about them on the podcast yet, other than
we talked about Pokemon.
But we haven't talked about Nintendo. We grew up playing Nintendo. So anyway, Nintendo said a release date or a release time frame for their next console.
Yeah,
which is codenamed Nintendo NX.
Yeah,
supposed to come out in March of 2017.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
so next year.
I saw a patent image of like what they had a patent for a controller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know how true it was or if it was just
There's a lot of discussion on what it is because
they
haven't announced anything.
It looks like the nunchuck, like the actual Wiimote controller, except it was like a U shape. It looks like a horseshoe type thing, or like a really big tuning fork type thing. But it looks like a Wiimote that you just stretched and folded and curved.
Oh, okay.
That at a glance, that's what I thought, and I don't know how that.
Well, Nintendo's always done.
They do
weird, crazy things sometimes, and they always try to think outside the box, always kind of pushing it.
Also, the spec rumors of the actual the specs on it are supposed to be pretty beefy.
Supposed to be better than the PS4.
Yeah, supposedly. The hardware supposedly the rumor is stronger than a PS4, which is nice.
It's cool. They're still we don't know much about it.
Nintendo hasn't really been in the hardcore machines.
No, they've always been.
The consoles have always been more relaxed.
They've always been innovative.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do. Like the motion control stuff. They do stuff like that. Yeah. And they try to keep it within a reasonable price because they do market more for a younger audience and so a more family audience.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what it is. There's still a lot of unknown about it. There's some talks about mobile elements to it. I don't know.
It might be a mobile and a home console because I don't know. I've heard a lot of weird stuff.
Until it comes out.
Yeah, I will definitely be intrigued.
We don't even have an official name yet. It's still the code name.
Yeah.
Which they say is just the code name.
Yeah.
It's NX. It's just the code name. That's not what it's going to be called.
And I haven't really, other than the portables, I haven't really given much thought to it. I don't own the Wii.
I have a Wii, but I don't ever play it.
You and Robert, y'all both had Wiis, and then Robert's got a Wii U now.
Yeah.
And he's always been our older brother, Robert. He's always been a bigger Nintendo. I mean, I was when we were young. We grew up on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo.
It came down to, am I going to buy this or am I going to buy that?
Yeah, I became more of a, like a hardcore gamer and was going for the, the heavy consoles or PCs. I spent more now. I've switched to PC stuff. I've always been a PC gamer, but now that's my sole gaming stuff.
Yeah, and I went with Xbox 360 and then the PlayStation 4. Yeah. And so I'm kind of stuck with the bigger games, and now I focus more on PC as well. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it is, what they're gonna do.
I'm curious. I mean, they're Nintendo. I'm always gonna be interested.
Well,
to see what they're doing.
The only thing I was kind of looking for with the Wii U was the Zelda game, and they have some news about that this week. So they have the new Zelda game they've been teasing for a while.
I haven't played.
And they've announced that it's been delayed. It was originally supposed to come out later this year.
Okay.
But it's been delayed to 2017.
You think they'll put out with the
That's what I'm thinking. Well, it's supposed to be out on both. Okay. They're doing like the Twilight Princess where they put it on GameCube and Wii, where this one will be on both.
See, I didn't play Twilight. I haven't played any of the
I played Twilight Princess. That was the last one I played.
I didn't play Twilight Princess. What was the one after? There was one after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was, and I've drawn a blank. I can't think of what it's called.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword. That's
something like that. Yeah, I didn't. It came and went. I know Robert played them, and he's liked some of them. The last Zelda game I played was on the console. It was the Link Between Worlds or whatever.
Okay.
The one that has like the 2D. It's the throwback to Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And
see, I didn't play that one.
I liked that one. And you could turn
that was on the DS, right?
Yeah, it was on the DS. And you could turn into a little 2D Link and
it's
go
kind of a
go through
remake, isn't it?
In a way, it's because it's in the same little area, same map, same kind of world as Link to the Past, so it's really nostalgic. That's really what they got me on was nostalgia. And I liked it. I mean, I don't think it was as good as Link to the Past, but it was fun, and I enjoyed playing it.
Yeah, I'm interested. The stuff they put out for the new Zelda game looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what it's going to be. Yeah, and they're kind of teasing those open world and all that stuff, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I might be intrigued by the new console if that's going to be on it next year.
I know they've been trying to shake up how they do the formula because Zelda games got pretty formulaic. Yeah. It was go to this dungeon, get this item. That item allows you to do stuff in that dungeon and also lets you access the next dungeon. Yeah, and that's like every formula. And in the world, you just kind of got you from one dungeon to another. And I know they've been trying to shake that up a lot with some of their later games, trying to make it more interesting, keep it fresh. Yeah. So I'm curious to see what they do with it.
I am too. I'm interested. So. We'll just have to wait a little longer. So there's not a lot happening with Nintendo this year. Yeah. I mean, they had a new Star Fox game coming out.
It's coming out. It's coming out.
I don't think it's not out yet. But
I knew they were making one.
It's on the Wii U. And
we used to play that a lot.
Yeah, I love the old Star Fox 64.
That's the one we played.
That was a good one.
Just thinking about playing a rail shooter. Is the new one going to be a rail shooter?
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it at all. I just know it's coming.
It's such a weird concept, but they still make that stuff.
They put out a spin-off game as well that has Skippy the Frog, his uncle. It's a different game completely. I don't know anything about it. I just heard about it. And it sounds weird.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so Nintendo's putting out stuff
doing
eventually.
Stuff. They're working on things as always.
So that's cool. And other news, going back to Pokemon a little bit.
Because we haven't talked about that enough.
We haven't talked about Pokemon in a little while. I'm still playing Pokemon Cross. My part of my daily routine. Yeah. But this is about the Pokemon re-release. So we got the yellow version. Yeah. I haven't been playing it. It's one of the things I was going to play, and I haven't been playing it a lot because of other things.
I pick it up here and there. Like when I have some downtime, I just I've done everything I can in Picross, so I might switch over to it and I'll play it a little bit.
I haven't been doing it. But I want to. It's just finding time.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is taking my life right now. Anytime I have, I play Dark Souls. Yeah. And in between that, I play Ball in London. Yeah. But so they put out some information about the Pokemon re-release. Has sold 1.5 million copies.
The re-release.
The re-release.
Wow.
Sold 1.5
That's all of them?
million. That's the three. Yeah. The yellow, red, and blue. That's across the board. That's in America with the red, yellow, blue.
That's 1.5 million copies?
Copies, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's insane when you think about it. This is not an original game.
No, it's just the re-release of the old one.
It's the re-release of the old one on the 3DS. And that just shows you how popular it is and why it took them this long to do it.
Yeah. It's our generation. Yeah. We're the ones who have the money and jobs to buy this stuff. And so, it's hitting nostalgia.
We have money.
Well, no, we don't.
Most people our age do.
Yeah, well, most people are heavily gainfully employed and do real things with their life instead of, playing video games and doing podcasts.
But yeah, so I was shocked by that. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm not as surprised by it as I should be, but it's impressive.
It's pretty impressive. They basically ported it to a new console. They just made a boatload of money.
I've been saying forever, like the more games they take from like the Super Nintendo era, especially even the old NES stuff. A lot of that stuff already on there, but they have a lot of the Super Nintendo stuff for the Wii U, but if they could get it on the more stuff they put on DS, the more money they'll get from me.
Because as far as Nintendo goes,
and it's not even if I don't replay them, it's just the fact that having them, like a lot of we have all our old consoles, but some of the cartridges don't work, and some of the systems are a little wonky or whatever, and it's such a pain to dig it out and then get it to hook up to our newer TV,
HD,
and it's not HD, and it's like. And then just the fact that I can just put it on, download it, and have it on my little handheld device, and when I go on a trip somewhere or something, I just pull it out and I can play the old game.
And that's usually when I play the games. On my DS, if I'm going somewhere and I want to take, I might have some downtime, so I'll play my DS and play it.
And I also do it at the end of the day when I'm unwinding. I'll pull it out and play.
I didn't write a note on it, but I just remembered that we were talking about Nintendo. Nintendo has announced they're putting out two more mobile apps for iPhone and Android.
Yeah, I know they were starting to roll some of that stuff out.
Not a lot of details on it. One of them ties into Animal Crossing, and I cannot remember what the other one is right now. There was two of them.
Yeah.
One ties to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, because the last one was that me thing.
Miitomo.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even
like,
get.
yeah,
we talked about maybe downloading it, but we
it's
didn't.
like a social thing, and, we're just so social.
Yeah.
We
talk to people
social.
where people can't respond to us. That's the way we like it.
Social.
But yeah, so they did it, and it was wildly successful. So they're putting out more. One of them's connected to Animal Crossing. I cannot remember what the other one is. I'll have to look it up, and I'll tell next week.
We'll talk about it later.
But yeah, that's what I got for the news this week.
Yeah. It's been a busy week.
Busy week, yeah.
I'm going to be spending more time. I wanted to say about the Steam controller, I took it with me.
Oh, you took it with you?
I took it with me to show it to Josh.
Yeah.
I figured he would want to check it out. And because he was playing with a PS4 controller, and I said, "Hey, I brought," because he had asked me to bring a PS4 controller because we played some Rocket League actually, which I didn't talk about, but we did play some Rocket League, which they updated. They had a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, they have a basketball
one and a hockey.
Oh, hockey!
It's an ice ring with a puck.
Okay,
and it greatly changes the game.
Yeah.
But it basically games for people who played a lot, who are really good. It gives them another way to kind of, because people who were like flying all over the place in that game could do really well in those games. Josh and I, who haven't played in a while, and I haven't played since he was here, since before he moved.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to talk about Rocket League next week.
It's pretty fun. It was pretty cool. I played it a little bit, but I let him try out the Steam controller, and he was kind of like, he liked it, I think, and so I took it with me. But I'm used to it. Like, I haven't. I'm just as comfortable with it as if I was playing with an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. I was like, I don't even think about.
Yeah.
This is just my PC controller now. It doesn't even bother me. Yeah. That is different than the Xbox. Nothing. None of that. I don't think about that anymore. That's just the controller I use, and I like it. I think it's great.
I do like
so,
it. So,
do you want a controller for your?
If you're looking for a new controller, Steam controller is not a bad pick.
And
Josh was trying it, using it, just moving around, because he like I do now. He's on his computer hooked up to a big TV, and he said he would say, like, I could use this. I could see liking this just maneuvering through the Steam menu or going through stuff.
Yeah, the big picture,
because you can use it as a mouse.
Yeah, it works.
I mean,
it works
even not in big picture mode, you can use the scroll stuff to scroll through things, and it works really well.
Yeah, it's quite handy.
Yeah, I adjusted to it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm happy with the purchase of that. So Steam controller, good.
Steam controller is great.
Good.
I'm liking it.
Yeah,
and it's really comfortable, and it took a little adjusting, but I like it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, yeah,
I think that's all we got.
It's been we're gonna be playing more Dark Souls.
More Dark Souls,
and So we're on iTunes now.
Yes.
So please subscribe to us on iTunes or on Google Play if that's where that's how you roll.
Yeah, you can subscribe to there. And you can get updates automatically on iTunes and all that stuff.
And easier access, so please, subscribe,
review us, give us feedback. We'll read them. Now you can do that on iTunes. You can give us stars.
Please only give us 5 stars.
Yeah,
if we're not good enough to get 5 stars, we're not worth the review.
What? No, we want reviews.
No, I don't want bad reviews.
We want feedback, Daniel.
I want feedback, but I only want feedback if it's full on. We love you.
Okay. Well, I would like other feedback too, so we can get better. Because we're great now. Let's get better.
I guess that's acceptable.
So go on there.
Yeah, go to our website, deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com. I'm gonna lobby my congressman to get us an ampersand in there. We have new episodes every week. They release on Mondays.
Yeah. The link for the iTunes is at the top of the page now. You can click it and it takes you right to it.
Take you right to the iTunes page, and you can
our Twitter page.
Everything's right at the top of our website.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure where to go, that's where to look. If you want to send us an email, it's up there as well.
Yeah. Ask us questions, send us feedback. We like hearing from you.
Yes, I like doing this. It's been fun. I want to hear more from our listeners.
Yep.
Several people have told us that they had come up to me personally and said they've been listened to, and it's been kind of nice.
It's been nice.
As always, thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.